How's it going, guys? It's Mask here, and after countless hours of practically hitting my head off the wall, I finally gotten something together that I actually feel can farm level 40 Bakura at a rate worth doing. It's a labyrinth builder dimension gate deck, similar to what we were using to farm Kaiba, but the powerhouse of this deck is a Cat of Ill Omen. This cat is able to basically search out every answer we need in one card. The cat is searching out the wild tornado that we need. It's searching out the dimension gate. It's searching out the answer to the graveyard via disappear. So these two cards are adding an extra 2 to every single thing we need an answer for, which is genius. So essentially, it's like having 4 disappears, 5 tornadoes, 4 dimension gates. As far as consistency goes, while only having to put 2 cards, otherwise there's no way we could actually fit that number of cards in the deck. We're using the Piranha endgame because it's 1 card less than Union Attack. I am going to work on polishing this up into a Union Attack version next, but I was going to say that's all that's really left to do is just go ahead and let's give this a try. All right, so here we are, and we managed to pull a Wild Tornado and a Dimension Gate right off the bat, which is nice. At this point, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from just going ahead and popping our Labyrinth Builder. I'm going to be direct attacking. There's the F. Certainly a little sketchy on our way through the deck right now. Labyrinth Builder mixes the 2 cards back in your deck, which makes the odds of drawing them properly worse as well. There's Ectoplasm, so I guess I don't actually have to do anything this turn. We can Dimension Gate. Should I just pop this one with Wild Tornado? I think so. It'll save me more. It'll save me more damage by just doing it right away. That's why we're running 3 Wild Tornadoes for that reason. They're multi-purpose. You're going to take damage from Ectoplasm more so than you're going to take damage from. More so, yeah, than you're going to take damage from. Burning Lands, so there's no need to not prioritize the Burning Lands. FIN, oh my gosh. Shard popping off and drawing into Disappear. And we even had Cat, so we were good. Here's Disappear going down. We still have Dimension Gate. I feel like we can pull back the number of Dimension Gates in this deck, certainly. Dimension Gate is only an immediate response to Ectoplasm, Plasmer, and Man-Eater Bug, though, I suppose, actually. So having the 4 does help us quite a lot. Cat of Ill Omen is doubling as card draw in this deck, because you do need Man-Eater Bug, which we then respond with Dimension Gate. And while we're at it, might as well get rid of the Necrofear. Oh, Hades. So annoying. Rip. Hades is the reason I basically went, nope, goodbye, Crystal Seers. We do not use you anymore. Hades has rendered them almost completely null and void. Here's Poison of the Old Man coming out. That's 800. The only one of these that we cannot really do anything about. Flip. And he'll always do it with Hades, but it doesn't matter. It's in the deck for this purpose. He happens to tribute Hades, or for some reason Hades doesn't go in for it, then maybe we'd be alright. Backup Disappears are here for shutting down the Malice Doll. Infinite Loop, but we can't afford to completely clog our field, so we'll only set that if it happens, because you can beat a Malice Doll from coming back if it does get tributed off by Ecto, but Wild Tornado will put down, because Wild Tornado can intercept the Ecto straight up. Boom, there it is. So like, you should relatively, in relatively, in this deck, having 3 Wild Tornadoes, you should draw into an answer to the Ectos as they come up. Fairly, like, sure, there might be 2 or 3 turns where you overlap, but we also are running an extreme amount of card draw, which also really pushes those odds in your favor of drawing into an answer of Ecto on time. There's another Wild Tornado. For my point, like, we're drawing through the deck faster, so having 3 things you're scared of on the enemy side versus 3 answers, person with most card draw should have the highest probability of countering. But there are 4 things actually, because there is Burning Land, which is why I'm considering. I wanted to see how the card draw went, and that'll make me decide whether or not I feel safe dropping, going for, instead of the Jar of Greed, going for another answer to Burning Lands. But I feel like at this point we would be fine as well, which we totally are, because the game's almost over. Dimension Gate, and the thing is, we also have no need to pop the Dimension Gate. Doesn't matter if Labyrinth Builder, he can just stay gone the entire time. We're just gonna set this entire thing up on our last turn. Get rid of D-Gate, draw into our last card, and I feel like this did it quite handily at that too. Here goes the Piranha. We're gonna poly out the big boy. Master of Oz. And it's been hours, so many hours of hitting my head off the wall to even begin to come up with this. But there it is, Secret Pass going on, Gift, and I started off trying to get a Union Attack version of this to work, because I really don't know how much we're gonna get score-wise. I have a feeling it's going to be in the 7K range. If we could get Union Attack working for it, which I mean, any farm can usually be switched between Union and non-Union. Typically, just requires one card or another. It's hard though, because we don't have a way to really pump Vassal over 10K handily with this setup. But there's 7,400, and I will call that a beautiful farm. Where's my Glossy? We did use 700 Glossy, but that is only just dropping us to 67. Totally cool with that. You can fit 3 Glossy cards into this mix, no problem. Trap, special summon. We got the fusion summon, the spell going out there. Sweet. So there's my over 7K farm deck for level 40 Bakura. And I like it. It's working. It's just going to take playtests, tons of playtests to refine it. It has the answers to everything in there mixed around, and ooh, here we go. Level 50 Bakura spawning. Oh, does that mean it's not going to let me go? We'll be right back. Now that we've paid our respects to level 50 Yami Bakura, get back to trying out this deck on level 40. Now, I think it's a great deck format, and it certainly has potential. But every time you play, every time you lose, perhaps every time you lose twice, just tweak it. It's all about balancing. Dimension Gates are the answer to Maneater Bug, as well as Ectoplasm. Wild Tornado's also an answer to Ectoplasm, as well as Burning Land. You have the card draw from the shards and the jars, just answering his card draw and also finishing quicker, making it easier. You have the disappears, which are answering the grave problem, and the Cat of Ill Omen, which is the absolute powerhouse of this deck, able to search out any of those other answers. So you put it all together, and you have quite a nice framework for a great level 40 farm here. It's never going to be 100%. It's always playing the odds. You could get on Bakura could get extremely lucky and draw into the answers he needs, and you could get unlucky and not draw into the answers any game. But as far as I can put it together, this is certainly the best farm I have access to at the moment for farming Bakura. It has my mask stamp of approval, for sure. We'll get to draw into a 5th card here. Beautiful. Dimension Gate. That's actually so perfect. So we're going to go 1, 2, activate the shard, and get to Labyrinth. And we have Labyrinth set up on a Dimension Gate already. Gorgeous. And I actually, from the last time we ran this, I felt like Dimension Gate wasn't a high priority. It wasn't as high priority as I was giving it, because you literally only are threatened by Maneater Bug. And here we go. Almost getting hit by him turn 1, but still, that's or he only runs 2 mana bugs. He's got a 1 in 10 chance, or a very small chance at opening up with it. And then you have a chance at opening up with the answer to it, like we did. So we were fine. But I moved Dimension Gate way down in the priority chain of things we had to answer. And instead I took out 1 Dimension Gate and added a Jar of Greed, because Jar of Greed also is just going to cycle this deck faster until you can draw into any of your answers and outdraw Bakura from him drawing his own answers. So I think 1 jar was going to do a little bit more work than the 1 extra Dimension Gate. The Dimension Gates are a complete dead draw after you actually get 1 activated. Shard of Greed down, we should be good. Here's the first Ecto. We don't have an answer to this Ecto yet, but it doesn't look like we're going to be taking a crazy amount of damage. And here's the Wild Tornado, which is beautiful. The Shard will be popping off, excelling us further into the deck. Oh, and we have a Disappear ready, actually, which is really great. We'll shut down this Ecto right now. I should have waited to battle phase, potentially. Oh, no, we're good. Alright, no, I think he just would have skipped right to end phase. Never mind. Off that Shard. Hopefully this cat actually gets to use its effect. Often the cat gets effect denied because he'll get Hades out, which blocks... Ooh, or oh yeah, he'll either get Man-Eater bugged like that, or he'll get Hades out, which blocks... FB... It's basically blocks the effects of effect cards that get destroyed. About to end his turn. He'll kill Man... Oh no, he doesn't have Ecto up, which is beautiful. That's another Wild Tornado. He clearly doesn't have 2 in hand, or he'd be playing 1 now. So we know we are safe not setting the second one. Otherwise, I highly suggest setting both, because you never know when he's going to pop up. Oh, like this. Rid of that Burning Land. Out of Ill Omen. Maybe, I think if we're lucky this time, this cat should get to cycle. Which is great, because it's all about card draw. Yeah, here we are. Perfect. This will... Oh wait, no, I forget that the cat doesn't actually give us card draw. It is just search to the top of the deck, but that's fine. It's still better than nothing, because we can prioritize out answers. If you haven't drawn into all your Wild Tornadoes yet, make sure you grab 1 of them, because they are sort of the mid-game answer to all the things that are going to start chipping away at us, like this. We are only running 3 Wild Tornadoes. He is running 4 things that we do not want to have to deal with. But I find with our extra card draw, that's one modification it's worth looking into. Perhaps -1 Jar of Greed plus 1 answer, filled like a 1 spell removal. But I find the speed at which we're going to draw through the deck makes it really not matter. And this entire deck is done on the last turn, so we have no problem playing this Shard of Greed here, which will draw us right into the final. Yeah, we don't get Tribute Summon in this. One thing we also don't get is Low Life, and that's one thing worth looking into using your cats for. Because essentially what I did with my last 2 cats was borderline useless. It didn't do anything. But if I had suicided both my cats into this Malice Doll, I would have actually gotten Low Life. But Low Life is, I definitely suggest you not to even try to get Low Life. It's, for the most part, an extreme waste of your time, and you're chipping away at the consistency of this build by doing it as well. The lower your life gets, all of a sudden you're threatened by the Ectos even more. You don't have those grace turns. And that's another thing, like we don't die instantly if he gets off an Ecto or he gets off Burning Land for a turn or 2. So you have time to draw into those answers and be okay. But see, so for the last turn, obviously we're going to summon Piranha here. Activate our Poly. Should have done Secret Passive Treasures first. That's just a good practice, I like to say. So sometimes it just prevents you from accidentally gifting first. I've done it many times where you brick an entire farm because you do something in the wrong order. Throw away good old Master of Oz, buff that Piranha, and we are off to the races. Disappear was a glossy card, so I should have set that and used it just for the points. If I come 100 points short of a milestone here, I'll be kinda ticked, but it's whatever. 7,400. Beautiful. Look at that. 10 EX gems, 1,500 gold, 20 actual gems. These are jewels, sorry. And yeah, that's it. This is going to score you over 7,000 points. Fairly consistently. I would say the win rate is probably in around 80%. You're just playing the odds. But I think the 80 can get up to 85 or even 90 with tweaking. Like that tweak I just made, taking the 1 dimension gate out. Play 10 games with this. If you find in those 10 games, only one of them, or more than 1 or 2 or even 3 of the ones you're failing because of dimension gate, then you are not getting the dimension gate, then you probably still need to run the 3. But I'm quite happy with how this is. It's been like, I've just been banging my head off a wall for what feels like 6 straight hours trying to put something like this together. But thanks for checking this out, guys. I am going to be working on more. I'm going to be working on hopefully a skill farm, a way to farm skills we can pull out of this event. Obviously, if you're looking for the card drops, level 40 is where you need to prioritize your time. But perhaps level 30, we can get a skill farming deck together, as well as a union attack version of this one that, knock on wood, hopefully is over 8K, which is going to be sweet. And that's obviously the one I'm going to be using. But yeah, thanks for checking us out, guys. You can catch us live on twitch.tv/MasKScarin, hopefully later today. And check out the Discord channel down below. That's where we hang out. Big family. It's where the magic happens. But of course, guys, don't forget, stay classy.